Hello, my name is Jo, and today I'm compiling a small list of 5 books that I can see myself reading again. Hello there, my name is Joanna. I refer to myself here as Jo, and I am Fight and Read Like a Girl, where I talk everything bookish and polycystic ovarian syndrome related. And today we are talking about 5 books that I read in 2020 that I could see myself reading again in the future, maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, maybe with my future kids or niece or nephew or whatever. I can see myself reading these again at some point, and this is a series of lists that I'm going to be starting on my channel where I talk about things that I'm adding to my all-time favorites, or books I see myself reading again, or books I don't see myself reading again but I would like to keep and pass on at some point. You get the idea. This is a series of videos that I'm going to be starting. This could take a course of maybe 6 months or whatever. They're going to be spread out amongst my channel. So you definitely want to hit subscribe so you don't miss those videos. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. I've got a course of 5 books I am adding to this list today. And the first one is Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendrea Blake. I have actually already read this twice before, so I can definitely see myself reading again. I just love the badass Anna in here, and Cass, he's just so oblivious of everything, and I just kind of liked the little bit of a romance that was twisted in here. The romance is what gets me every time. I don't know, I'm not really a huge romance fan, as you guys know, but I honestly feel like this has the perfect amount of romance for me. I don't know what it is, but if you are not familiar with this story, I have a video somewhere that talks about it. But anyway, I will give a little brief here. So you follow Cass, who moves to... where does he move? Canada, I think. I don't think it actually says where they move. I don't remember. I want to say he moves to Canada, and he gets told about this house, and he's like a paranormal investigator, and he goes and meets Anna, who is a ghost in the house, and it's just all the feels of just a ghost story, and it's great. It's wonderful. I don't know what else to say about it. If you like ghost stories, I highly recommend this. So the next one we have is The Metropolis by Carol Goodman. This is a what if King Arthur could stop World War II type of middle grade story, and this was very adorable. It was adorable and yet very... how can I explain it? It definitely took my childhood mind and like twisted it, if that makes any sense at all. The best way I can think of it is it kind of reminded me of like games and stuff that I would have played with my brothers when I was a kid. So it literally took that childhood that you still have, that everybody has inside of you, and just twists it. I read this definitely this year, and I could not be any happier that I read it. It was such an imaginative, beautiful story about these boys that are called the Metropolis, and they go to the Metropolis Museum. What was it? Okay, yeah, so each comes from Metropolis Museum of Art, and there are 4 boys, Mage, Joe, Kiku, and Walt, and you follow them as they're playing an adventure in this ginormous museum and try to reimagine what would happen if King Arthur came somehow back or to the future and stopped World War II. So King Arthur meets World War II is so imaginative, just absolutely brilliant. And a perfect middle grade. I can definitely see myself rereading with a future child at some point. And I'm actually thinking about even passing this on to my brother because he would like this concept as well. And you might see this in another video. You really, really might. The next one we have is The Wolves of Winter by Tyrell Johnson. Now, I wasn't actually expecting to put this one on this list because there was a couple aspects about it that maybe didn't completely love it. But I would definitely love to reread this to kind of analyze, yes, where I can analyze it a little bit more and just maybe reread it to pick up points that I might have missed. And if you are not familiar with this, I have talked about it a couple of times, but you follow Gwendolyn, who likes to be called Lynn. She is in this post-apocalyptic, I still can't say that word, but you know, she was in this world where a pandemic hit, so kind of like you got 2020 vibes from it a little bit, where a pandemic hit and everybody was getting sick, there was a vaccine created, her father ended up dying from it, big whole thing, and you also have this, like, not really a zombie apocalypse, but like a snow apocalypse type of deal, and she's just trying to live and survive in this world. There is a slight romance in this, but again, I definitely feel like the romance in here is just a perfect element. It's subtle, but it's not fully there. It's not like well, I'm gonna fall completely in love with you, like the whole romance, some romance that I come across are. So it was definitely just subtle, and it just sort of happened. So definitely enjoyed that, and I've been told, and I've been trying to research more, but I believe there is a sequel to this coming out. This was a debut novel, so I think Mr. Tyrell Johnson has a sequel, or he's writing it, or I don't know, but it definitely, the end of this definitely leaves it open for a sequel, which I probably would get my hands on, or try to get my hands on, and reread this before I read that, so. Alright, and so this one is, I was actually surprised as well, but that is Ebros by Ursla Ponski, and I know I'm totally saying that name wrong, so if you know how to say it, please leave a comment down below with the pronunciation of it. Anyway, this one was interesting, to say the least, and it was definitely hard to sometimes figure out the reality to the game, and I think that was kind of the idea of it. But I definitely see myself rereading this because it was intriguing, it was suspenseful, it was kooky, it was crazy, it was just a overall wild ride. There were moments I felt like I was on a roller coaster. Like, it was just, whew. Definitely see myself rereading it to get maybe that rush again. I don't know how to explain it, but I really thoroughly enjoyed this. And the last one that is on this list, which should not be no surprise to you if you followed my channel all the way from the beginning, but that is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I know I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, if you guys didn't follow me from the very beginning, you know that she has quickly become one of my favorite authors, and I have already reread this once, and I definitely see myself rereading it again. Next time I read this, though, I totally want to maybe annotate it, take out some of my favorite stuff in here, completely analyze it, and I definitely want to read the second one as well, because the third one is coming out in January, and I've already pre-ordered it. So, if you've been living under a rock or have not checked out this book, this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling where you follow Rain and Harper. Harper has cerebral palsy, and Rain turns into this horrible beast where every season he turns is different, and he is on his last and final season, and he has to try to get Harper to fall in love with him. You also have Gray, who has been pulling these women into their world of Emberfall. And this is his last season, and she has no idea what's going on. There's so much more to it than that. I would definitely highly recommend this to anybody who is a Beauty and the Beast fan. This was perfectly well done. Okay, not perfectly. There was some flaws to it. However, I thoroughly enjoyed this, and reading it for the second time was amazing. Reading it for the third time, I just say I cannot wait. If you made it this far in this video and would like to know more about these books, please leave a comment down below. I do have a couple other videos coming, so also wait to see if maybe a video that you want to know more about some of these might be coming. I will be talking about these a lot more, so definitely hit subscribe so you don't miss what's going on in January and changes and all that fun stuff for the new year. You know, we'll figure this out together. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!